Let's move on to some other luxury goods. We have a Valentine's Day gift guide for everyone. Valentine's Day is coming up in 2 days. If you haven't gotten something, don't worry. We got a bunch of good picks. I'll run through some of these and get your take. Let's start with exquisite jewelry. Nothing says endless love like an extraordinary piece of jewelry. The world's top jewelers, Cartier, Harry Winston, Graf, and Bulgari, to name a few, offer masterpieces of diamonds and rare gems that double as works of art. We recommend picking up the 68-carat Taylor Burton diamond. Actor Richard Burton famously secured this pear-shaped diamond for Elizabeth Taylor in 1969 after initially losing it at auction to Cartier. At 1.1 million then, around 7 million today. It was the priciest gem ever auctioned at the time. Taylor wore it as a necklace to the 1970 Academy Awards, and it remains one of history's most fabled romantic jewels. I don't know. This is all before my time. I don't know that much about Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor, but this bro was insane. Like, he just got the most insane gifts, because you go down 2 bullet points and it's Rome's House of Bulgari is renowned for bold romantic designs. Richard Burton showered Elizabeth Taylor with Bulgari treasures during their love affair. From a 23.44 carat emerald brooch he gave her on their engagement day to a magnificent emerald and diamond necklace as a wedding present. He was just giving her 20 carat diamonds every 6 months.
Okay, but there's a whole backstory here, which is that De Beers and other sort of diamond, companies in the diamond market would actively work to do like early influencer marketing. And so they would work with celebrities and say, hey, we're going to give you this, stone for free to give to your other, celebrity partner. And then they need to go to this event where they're going to be photographed and run in all the newspapers, or they're going to be wearing it to some big, magazine shoot that they have. So think about this was like influencer marketing to kind of cultivate the image around diamonds. And they did this with engagement rings. Engagement rings, have their own sort of history, but there's a very well documented sort of case studies around how the diamond industry like forced diamonds on America by using the original influencers, which were, early, Hollywood talent and things like that and artists.
So our last pick for jewelry for this Valentine's Day is, of course, the Hope diamond. It's a 45 carat blue diamond. And I know what you're thinking. I can't buy it. It's in the Smithsonian. But
everything's a price.
But why is the federal government sitting on this asset? Are they owned by the government? I don't even know. Maybe the Smithsonian's its own thing. But anyway, call Doge. Let's get it off their balance sheet. Let's run an auction. Let's trim this thing down. Let's get this into the private sector.
It is.
Let's fractionalize this. Wait, it is?
You doubted yourself for a second, but
so the Smithsonian's owned by the government.
Yes.
So our government, while they're taxing us, is just sitting on a 45 carat blue diamond that they could offload on the private market. They could fractionalize it. Give me a share. They can make an NFT.
Put it on the blockchain.
Put it on the blockchain. And then let some size lord pick it up for, probably close to $1 billion. And, you're thinking, oh, NFTs, that's so degrading to this, historical artifact, the Hope Diamond. But look, Edward McLean gave it to his wife, Evelyn, and Evelyn was a party animal. She would put it on her dog and let the dog wear it on its collar at parties. Imagine you go to a party and it's like, oh yeah, the hostess has this little dog running around. Oh, what's that on the dog's collar? Oh, it's a 45 carat diamond. Built different. You don't see people do that stuff. Like now billionaires will be like, oh, I don't even have a dog. I can't even deal with it. I travel too much. Now no.
I'm a little bit, I'm mildly, we take different sides here. I'm mildly against dog ownership until you have at least 3 kids.
You got to get the dogs. You got to get the diamonds on the dogs.
Yeah, this people do like putting watches on. You can get kid-sized watches, which I think are great. And it's also funny to just put your watch on like a 3-year-old, because they get 3-year-olds, like 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds love watches. Like totally. It's so human to love Swiss timekeeping machines.
Okay, well, maybe you get a small dog and it fits in a purse, and so you want to give your wife or girlfriend a purse this Valentine's Day. We recommend the Himalaya Birkin Diamond Edition. It was sold for $380,000 at Christie's in 2017. It has 18 karat white gold and diamond hardware. It's a world record price for a handbag. The model's rarity is no exaggeration. Hermes reportedly produces only 1 or 2 Himalayas per year due to the onerous dyeing process. Owning one is like owning a piece of fashion history. As a Valentine's Day gift, a diamond encrusted Birkin telegraphs that your wife is 1 in a million, just like the bag. So we recommend that. You could also go.
So to me, this is just real quick. It's kind of shocking that the most expensive handbag is under $500,000.
That was the most expensive auctioned. There is a more expensive handbag. And whenever somebody says, oh, Hermes Birkin bags are so fancy, I always say, hey, you got to step it up. You got to go to the 1001 Nights diamond purse, which is valued around 3.8 million. And so you're right. Okay. You're right. Now you're in like real territory. So that's by Mawad. It has 4,500 diamonds on it.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that. But still, if you compare the Hermes Birkin to some type of piece unique Patek, and Patek is selling for $30 million, and then the Hermes Birkin equivalent is only $500,000, less than $500,000. To me, that screams buy on the Birkin, because
I agree.
They're only making a couple Himalayas a year. Yeah. And post ASI, every woman in America is going to want one of these.
I completely agree. At $380K, they're giving it away. And so you could also go with a custom Birkin. This article recommends using rare white alligator skin and putting her initials in diamonds on it. Really subtle.
That's great.
It's the pinnacle of arm candy. It shows that when it comes to her, no luxury is too great. And so then we can go into...
You'll appreciate this. You'll appreciate this story. Someone pretty close to me that will go unnamed was telling me the other day that they were going to this Golden Goose store, the Italian footwear manufacturer or brand, and he was telling me like, they keep every time I go there, like the entire staff like stops what they're doing and they like pour me champagne and all this stuff, and like it's so weird, but they invited me to like their fashion show in Milan. Like I'm just like, and they give me like, every time I'm there, they just give me stuff for free. And I was like, like, sorry, like that doesn't make sense at all. Like how much have you spent at the store? And he's like, well, I spent like more than $100,000. I'm like, how do you know 6 figures on shoes? If you go to the shoe store that you spend somebody's lifetime earnings on in the third world, they're going to roll out the red carpet a little bit. But I don't think you can walk in off the street and get a custom Birkin no matter how much you're willing to pay. You got to really you got
to work your way up.
Run it up.
And so I mean, maybe this is the first big Valentine's Day for you, but start putting in the work now. Makes sense. Let's move to automobiles, cars. What car should you gift to your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend on Valentine's Day? We got some recommendations here, and then I want to hear some recommendations from off the top of your head, Jordy. First up, the Rolls-Royce Dawn, the seductive drophead. It's a gorgeous 4-seat convertible, often described as the most romantic Rolls-Royce. In fact, Rolls-Royce said it was created to deliver the world's most social, seductive, open-top motoring experience and to attract a new breed of owners, including dynamic women drawn to its contemporary glamour. With a whisper-quiet V12 engine and a silk-smooth ride, a Dawn provides sunset drives in opulent comfort. As a gift, one might commission a bespoke collection Dawn in her favorite color with a personalized coach line, perhaps her name or a loving message hand-printed along the side. The interior can be truly one-off. Think ivory leather embroidered with roses, starlight headliner LEDs mimicking the night sky of your wedding date, and even engraved champagne flutes in a hidden console. The Rolls-Royce ethos is built to order, so no two Dawns need be alike. Handing her the keys, presented in a lacquered box, to a custom Rolls-Royce Dawn tells her that every journey with her will be an occasion. So can't recommend a Rolls-Royce Dawn enough. There's a couple other options here. The Bentley Continental GT, which has a W12 engine. And you could also go with some exotic sports cars with a feminine twist. The Lamborghini Aventador SVJ Roadster Zago edition, only 10 made, or the Aston Martin Victor. It's a one-of-one bespoke car. And so if she's a racing enthusiast, she might love those.
There's an argument that the Bentley Continental GT is the best touring car of all time. It's fast, it's fun, it's elegant, it's versatile.
Paris Hilton had one.
You can drive it, she can drive it. The interior is insane. They actually age, surprisingly well for being, you can look up some of these cars and find them with fairly high miles. So they do have some staying power, but the build quality is insane. The brand is timeless. You can drive it to date night. You can take it on a road trip. You can go out in the desert on the way to Vegas and do donuts in it. It's truly, you can do it all. You can pile all your boys into it. This car is pretty high towards the top of my list. I can't wait to get one personally, but again, it's a great option for your significant other. If you're a high T technology brother, it's giving this to your significant other. You likely will end up driving it quite a bit yourself. And so it's almost like giving a gift back to yourself. The other thing I would do here, if you're buying a gift and you want to stay under that $100,000 range, I recommend a two-door vintage G-Wagon. I've spent a bunch of, I've owned, a couple G-Wagons. I'm obviously a big fan of the sort of model. Such a timeless car. You can pick one up for like 50 to 60K. They look incredible. They're great to just like pile in and go to the beach. But they also look good around the city. They're just such a versatile car. And I think it's a great car for driving to a wander, parking it at your second home. It works in Miami. It works in LA. In SF, you're going to stand out a little bit, but if you need
another two-door option that might be good, a little bit higher price. You could do what Travis Scott did for Kylie Jenner. He got her a $1.4 million LaFerrari.
There you go.
Fantastic gift. So that's always options for every price range with this show.
And with that one,
that
one, to be clear, Travis was clearly thinking, I don't want to just get my girlfriend a car or a gift. I want to get her an investment. Kylie's probably, if she held on to that thing, she's way up on it. And just goes to show that, technology brothers, you want to optimize yields, optimize investments. If this is your giving a gift for your wife, it's going to stay on the family balance sheet. So, buy something investable. I think is a great option.
Let's go to, what else do we have here? There's a bunch of good ones here. There's so many good ones.
And this is mostly,
I like this one. Private jet, custom private jet, the ultimate Valentine's Day gift. Going to impress your wife, going to impress your girlfriend. And it's been done before. Mukesh Ambani, one of Asia's richest men, gifted his wife Nita an Airbus A319 corporate jet for her birthday, fitted with a plush interior beyond first class. The price tag was around $60 million. This airborne palace featured an office, cabin seating areas with game consoles and satellite TV, a master bedroom, and even a sky bar with mood lighting, all customized to Nita's tastes. For your Valentine, you might imagine a jet outfitted as her ideal home in the sky, perhaps a walk-in closet for her travel wardrobe, a spa room for mid-flight massages, and her favorite art on the walls. One could even theme the interior, say, model it after the Orient Express train or an 18th century French boudoir. If that whimsically delights her.
This all comes down to this one thing. A lot of people like gifting, a second or third or 10th home to a significant other.
Yes.
But what I always say, you can sleep in a plane, you can't fly a house. And in this situation, he's giving her the experience of a vacation home in many ways. Yet it doubles as this incredible utility of being able to take you anywhere you want in the world without even needing to, if it's an Airbus, you're not even having to stop often. You're just doing directs everywhere. So
yeah. And so
fantastic option.
if you're looking for something in the 7-figure range, you know, LaFerrari, you can't go wrong. In the 8-figure range, now we're talking Airbus A319. But what about the 9-figure range? And so that's the real question. I'm sure everyone's been waiting, and because they got maybe 9 figures burning a hole in their pocket, close to $1 billion you want to spend on this Valentine's Day gift. And no better example to look towards than the Taj Mahal. Which the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan built this ivory white marble mausoleum in the 17th century as a monument of love for his wife Mumtaz Mahal, who had passed away. It took 22 years, 20,000 workers, and in today's terms is estimated to have cost $827 million to erect the sublime structure. So, I mean, if you have the money laying around, you don't want to get caught. Hey, why didn't you build me something equivalent to the Taj Mahal? I thought this was going well. I thought we were in a good relationship. What's going on?
Build it ground up.
Valentine's Day.
And one of our listeners left a review. He has a luxury home company in Southern California. You might as well, you know, build the most expensive home in California. Build $1 billion home. You know, I think Mark Andreessen still has the record for most expensive home ever purchased. But if you had $1 billion budget in Southern California, you could do some real damage.
You could definitely outdo it. Well, let's move on. Hopefully that was helpful to the audience.
Try to give
practical advice for the folks listening.
I feel like the best service that we can do is just remind people that it's Valentine's Day on Friday, remind them again tomorrow, remind them again Friday, and go above and beyond.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts. And so try and build something equivalent to the Taj Mahal.
Well said.
Because that will be.
It's also a good last minute. Present. It's also a good last minute gift because like you kind of just need, even if you just had like, you know, you could scratch out a card and be like, hey, I love you so much. You're the most important, you know, person in my life. I don't know what my life would be like without you. By the way, I'm giving you $1 billion budget to to build your dream home. Like
it's not a dream home. The Taj Mahal was a mausoleum. You will only enjoy this in the afterlife. That's what it was for.
I was gonna say, you know,
pretty dark.
Like, on that note, I expect that in the future people will say, I want to be buried in space, strap me to a rocket and just send me into the atmosphere. And so if you went to Elon and you said, hey, I got $1 billion, I want to be sent in a coffin deep into outer space, I bet you can make that happen, especially as launch costs are dropping, you know, substantially. So,
that's actually one of the options here we didn't touch on. Virgin Galactic for a while was offering a ticket to space for $450,000 per seat. Blue Origin offers a similar experience on its New Shepard rocket. There's zero gravity airplanes that you can rent. So lots of options there.